Alright, what's going on, y'all? In today's video, I'm going to really break down faith, what it is, and how to strengthen it. Tap in. Alright, y'all, so let's get right into it. The purpose of this video is to break down faith, and I really want to help people be able to connect the dots, right? Just be able to manifest and live at the highest level, go to a whole nother level. And maybe something in this video, or maybe some of these gems I'm about to drop, is what you need, right? So I want to get right into it. When we talk about faith, I see faith as knowing with no physical evidence, right? A knowing with no physical evidence. And I emphasize knowing because I want to emphasize that that's emotion based. That comes from here, right? And I'll break down how to strengthen your faith. So if you look at life, there's two parts to life. You have the spiritual, energetic side, and then you have the physical side, right? In terms of what that looks like, the energy side is way bigger than the physical. I don't even know if this is doing it justice. It might even be smaller than this, but it's just a lot more to life energetically than physically. Right? And I think as beings, we get caught up in this physical, but at the end of the day, we're spiritual beings, right? The real us is on that side. The real us knows that game better than the physical game. You understand? So when you talk about strengthening your faith, that's strengthening your knowing, strengthening your emotion towards something. How do you know something without seeing it physically? You connect the dots. If you ask me in my younger days what I think faith is, I would say relinquishing control. Like Jesus take the wheel, God take the wheel, right? And it's actually the opposite. Faith is you controlling what you can control and having that knowing that what you want is going to manifest. But how do you strengthen that knowing? Most people focus so much on the physical. What am I dealing with? My job, my friends, right? Money, it's just all physical. But you got to understand that by the time something has manifested in the physical, it's already been brewing energetically. It's like baking a cake, right? By the time you're eating the cake, it was ingredients before, and then it had to be cooked. You understand? Like it was a process before it got to you eating it. So most people focus on the physical. When if you want to strengthen your faith and your knowing, you connect the dots energetically. You start to live and communicate on the energetic side as well, because remember I said before it gets to physical, it has to be energy. So if you're able to connect the dots before it manifests, this is it energetically, right? Boom, it manifests into the physical. Your knowing in faith is in this. Before it manifested in the physical. You already knew what was up before any physical evidence, right? So that's a simple breakdown, and I want to really show this because enough people don't focus on the energy side. They don't meditate, right? They don't use intentions. They don't visualize. You understand? All that stuff is energetic working. That's knowing. That's you practicing energy, and before you get to it. When you was a young boy and you wanted to be an NBA player, you practice outside as if it's game 6. You visualize, you did the countdown, Kobe. That was you playing with that energy energetically. That wasn't real. You know that's not real. So now what I want to do is I want to break down how that works in real life, right? Or day to day, or just for, anybody to be able to use and translate over into their life. Right, I'm gonna show you how to start strengthening that knowing. So if you're one of my clients, you're familiar with this diagram. I use this in everything. And the reason I use it is because it's so simple and it's basically us. It's the easiest way to demonstrate anything. So you have the mind, you have the soul, and you have the body. The important thing is the soul, because remember I said that whole left side, which is all energy, that's us. That's the real us. We're soul energy beings. So each part, the mind, the soul, and the body, communicates with the world in different ways. You understand? What that'll look like is the mind is attention. The soul is going to be feelings. body is going to be action. Now, when we talk about strengthening faith, we're talking about the knowing, which again, that's going to be here. That's going to be with that soul and that feeling. So I'm sure you always hear people say, do what you love, do what inspires you, do what moves you, because that's the real you on the energetic side saying, hell yeah, I want to do that. If it moves you, if it excites you, it's good for you 100%. And the universe is going to work with you to make that happen. So it's always wise to follow what makes you feel good. Like, what do you truly want to be doing? Once you know what excites you, what turns you up, what charges you up, what moves you, place your attention there. Think about that, right? Start to visualize. And remember, I told you about visualization it's not focusing on what's already manifested here in the physical. It's working on that energetic side. So you get to play with it. You get to create and mold that energy however you see fit. So you can visualize yourself winning the biggest bowling tournament, right? And being praised as the best bowler, whatever moves you. You can literally play with that in your head and cook it up and mold it like Play-Doh, because it's all energy anyway. So again, putting your attention, thinking about what it is that really moves you. Put your attention on a target, right? Remember, I said you're connecting the dots. You're already cooking it. Now, to make it manifest into the physical, you be it. You be it. You go get those bowling lessons. You watch the best bowlers. You practice, right? You be it. And the reason you want to be it is because you're opening up the door for that manifestation that you've been cooking. As you're connecting the dots and you're knowing because you feel it, you're opening up the door for it to manifest. You're like, all right, I'm ready. And you're showing that you're ready because you're being it, right? You're being it in the physical. So what that'll look like in terms of a person, remember I said this is a person, mind, soul, and a body, right? Let's do this. That's a person. That person is going to give off a frequency, a vibration. Now, once that vibration matches the vibration of your desire, a world bowling, world bowling tournament champion, once these match, that becomes a manifestation. What does that look like? That's the law of attraction. You see what I'm saying? That's the law of attraction, right? Law of attraction is bringing like to like, bringing like to like. But how can you bring like to like if you're not clear on what it is that you want? And that's where a lot of people, they aren't clear on what it is they desire. You see what I'm saying? If you can really make your desire down to 1 or 2 sentences, that's gonna clear this up. Now you know what energy to move at. Now you know how to be it. Now you know what places to be at, who to talk to, how to move, how to operate, what to learn, what to intake. You just know because you're practicing being it. And you're strengthening your knowing and your faith because you're cooking in it on the energy side. So you want to adjust what's going on in the energy level, but then observe what comes out. Right? By the time something is manifested, you've been already cooking it energetically. So you want to adjust here, observe here. So let's use baking a cake for example. Right? The cooking part is here. The tasting part would be here when you pulled it out the oven. Right? You tasted your cake, you're like, it's not sweet enough. Next time I know to add more sugar. Adjust something energetically, and then you're gonna observe the new creation, right? A great example of that is I used to try to manifest money, and I would always see myself with a lot of money around me, right? And when I manifested it, I was like, I manifested this, but this is not my money. I would always be in situations where I'm around a lot of bread, but I'm like, this ain't even mine. I gotta, this is money gotta go elsewhere. So I was cooking it, but when I experienced it, I had to adjust. That wasn't what I wanted. So I had to go back to the energy and say, okay, how does it feel to spend the money? How does it feel to make the money? I had to remold my energetic cake, right, to fit what it is I wanted at the end. And then when that physical manifestation came, I got to observe it, right? But I already knew it was coming because I've been cooking. So again, you strengthen your knowing by doing this over and over and over. Another tip that really helped me was take a step back and understand how the game is played, right? Understand the laws, because if you look at life, there's no truth. Everything is everybody's perspective. right? There's only 12 truths in our universe. That's 12 universal laws, right? The law of attraction is just one of them. And take note how we use the law of attraction to strengthen our knowing, right? So that was me understanding the game so that I can play it better, right? Understanding how I fit within the game. If I didn't understand that, I would just keep banging my head and wondering why things aren't manifesting, or wondering why I have faith in something and it's not coming true. It's just so confusing. But once you take a step back and understand the game and connect the dots, you're like, that makes sense. And you can also see other people through their journeys, right? And that's why I'm making this video, because I think, it'll be that missing link for somebody like, man, I ain't even thought about it that way. I haven't been working or cooking or building energetically, right? I just been mashing shit together hoping I get a nice cake, a nice chocolate cake, and I'm never getting it. You understand? So doing that energetically and understanding those laws. Matter of fact, I'll put together a free document, hit the link below, and it'll break down the universal laws, right? The 12 universal laws. And again, it's just you understanding the game so that you can play it better, so that you can have more knowing, stronger faith, unlimited faith. By doing this shit over and over and over, you'll get, this is a process with yourself inside, feeling it, molding, shifting, meditating, keep your vibes right, until that manifestation come, and expecting it to come, right? Before, like I said before, I used to just take my hands off the wheel and say, God, handle it, right? But that's not it. That's really not it. You still have to do your job. You're still responsible for being it, seeing yourself doing it, keeping your emotions high, not allowing people to come in and be Debbie Downers. Just you building that energetic prowess with yourself. So, man, that was a lot of free game, man. I really hope this helped y'all. Again, hit the link below, get those universal laws. Get right, baby, get right. Start cooking up energetically. Throw that thing in the oven. Throw it in the oven and get it right. I'm gonna catch up with y'all. Peace.